Just kind of working on my shot a little bit. I think, yeah, so I got the puck in some good spots, but I couldn't really get the shots through, so I was kind of working on puck placement on my shots.
And what about with Paul Matheson before? What are you guys focused
on? Just regular stuff. I've been working with him for probably over 2 years now, so just a little maintenance, as skating maintenance, I guess.
How do you feel it went? First kind of game with TJ there?
Yeah, no, I thought we played pretty solid. I was pretty happy with my game yesterday. I had some bad shift in the second there, but overall I thought it was a pretty good game for a team overall, so it's a good win.
The St. Louis goal you mentioned there, like how can you play that differently moving forward, do you think?
Just got to box him out more, kind of really have good timing on it. Kind of went to cross-check him a little bit when the shot came, so I kind of didn't have his stick, and obviously the puck went off his stick in the goal, so just small details like that, got to clean up.
How does your
Ankle feels good.
Yeah, like 100%. Like I know some guys it takes a while to be so confident and after they do that service.
Yeah, no, it feels good.
Puck will go in for you.
Yeah, I don't remember. Probably at some point in my career in Detroit. Just got to stick with it and keep shooting.
Are you a superstitious guy? Like, do you change anything when you're having bad luck like this?
No, I haven't. No, I'm not. No.
What have you liked about your game? Because you're still getting the chances, right? It's not like you're not getting chances. So what are you liking about your game right now outside of the finishing?
Yeah, no, I feel good. Obviously still getting the chances and making some plays, and just need one to go in, kind of get that confidence of, the finishing part. But keep getting those chances, keep getting to those spots, creating offense.
What are you focusing on when you do that, like pre-practice work? We even saw you out early before the skate yesterday. Like, what are you focusing on in those sessions?
Just feel the puck, get some shots, and just work on a few little things. Anything to try and help.
Do you learn anything by being around Austin, like in the pre-session today? Like, can you pick anything up from being around him?
Yeah, I mean he's always out there, working on things. So, we've worked together in the past and in the summer a bit, and just the shooting aspect, finding areas and shooting a quick off pass.
When things are going really well for you in your career, what sorts of things are you doing well?
Pretty much the same, just finishing.
What did you like about the feel on your line? It felt like you guys really, clicked. Domi, you, Robertson. What did you like about playing with those guys?
Yeah, I thought we played, really well. Created a lot of offense, and we were pretty good defensively. We weren't, in our zone too much, and just playing fast, getting the puck north, and making smart, simple plays, and those big plays open up once you create those opportunities.
What does it mean to the team to play the way you did without Mitch and John and Morgan last night?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of the next man up mentality. Obviously sucks losing those guys, but the next guys have got to step up, and you saw that with Bobby. The hat trick. He had a really awesome game. That line was big for us, and that's an opportunity for other guys to step up.
How do you keep your confidence up when you don't get the results? Like, do you have any tricks to keep your mental game right?
Yeah, just go home and see my kids. That's it.
Yeah, they don't talk hockey with you.
No, absolutely not.
That's
and
good.
Kind of just get away, and the smiles, and we go outside and play in the bush and just get away, and they've kept me in in a good mindset.
Good.
What
Took your
happened?
thunder there.
Yeah, seriously, come on, Cap. What happened? Like, what do you recall about the play you got hurt on? It looked so innocuous.
Yeah, just kind of in a awkward position there, and just kind of ended up having to lean over and kind of lean into the awkward position, and my ankle just decided didn't want to. So it's really all I can remember from it.
Where are you in the recovery process? Like, what are you targeting in terms of when you're hoping to be ready to play again?
Yeah, I think the focus really, especially these past couple weeks for me, has just been taking it day by day, and trying to stack good day on top of good day, and Today at practice was another great day for me. The past week or two, I felt really good and like I've been making big steps each day. So at this point in time, that's all I can ask for.
Joseph, maybe more in the initial stages after the injury, how did you ward off the frustration given you've been playing so well and looking to build off the season you had last year, and we're doing that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. A lot of emotions come up when you get injured, and for me, I thought our team was playing well, and it was hard for me to see that and not feel like I was part of helping the team to continue to push. So that was definitely a tough thing to deal with. At the end of the day, it just had to deal with the hand I was dealt and just focus on like I said, taking it day by day and trying to just make progress.
You unfortunately had a number of injuries in your young career, but you have experience now coming back from a number of injuries. Does that help when you're just to keep yourself focused on the goal line there, so to speak?
Yeah. It's an unfortunate thing to have experience in, but it definitely helps. Having been through this before, and each one has been at a bit different timing in the season, coming off a bit different circumstance. So each one's unique in that way. But I at least know myself better and how how I process the emotions and the different things that come with it.
Did you have setbacks along the way on this particular injury? Or is it pretty straight line as where you are now?
Knock on wood. It's been pretty smooth so far, and I think the medical staff here and the training staff, I've gotten to spend a lot of time with them, and a lot of props to them for how they've handled it, and been very, very understanding and very what's the right word? I don't know. It's just been great. So yeah.
What needs to happen before you can play again? Are you still feeling some discomfort in the movements, or what are you looking? What boxes do you need to check still?
Yeah, I think it's right now just getting back up to speed with playing. After 2 months off, it's since I've been skating, it's been a lot of isolated goalie work, and the focus really the past couple of weeks has been now transitioning into playing, and kind of hopefully turning my brain off a little bit and not having to think about my ankles too much. And I think that's the steps I'm taking right now is just getting back up to speed with the game and feeling comfortable in that.
As you mentioned, you've had bad luck with injuries. What's the specific challenge you found with an ankle injury for a goalie?
Yeah, not necessarily bad luck. It's just something that happens, and everything ends up having some silver lining to it, I think. And definitely ankle for a goalie is not an exciting one. I think anything that puts you back in the position that bothers it is difficult. But it's a process, and I think I've been making good strides. I can really see the progress from week to week, and especially over the past couple of weeks.
What was your mindset as Martin not only held the fort for a bit, but really got his game back and got back on the right track? You're watching that from.
Yeah, it's been awesome to see different guys step up, and when it was Jonesy's turn to play, he did his job, and now Sammy's doing his. So my hope is to come back and be able to help this team as best I can.
What silver linings do you see? You mentioned that there's always silver linings. Like what is something that you can take maybe from this that can help you?
Yeah, the funny thing about those is you may not know them until a few months after. But sometimes we'll wait and see on that one. We'll wait and see.
It'll be fresh. Yeah. The guys are under the weather right now. Where they're at.
Don't have a lot of update there. They're not feeling well enough to have it make sense to come in today. So they'll just monitor them through the day, and they'll try to get some food down and see where they're at tomorrow.
Is that the reason for too?
Willie is part of that group, yeah.
What can you tell us about what's been happening behind the scenes to get to Morgan Riley to the point where he's going to appeal this? I understand we're not going to talk to Brad.
Yeah, I'm not aware of any of that process and how that's played out. Like between last night's game and this morning's practice, that's been outside of my realm.
Obviously, he's a placeholder on that line in practice, but were you ever curious to see what he could do?
Well, I actually thought maybe if we changed his number, maybe nobody would notice. If we put him out there on right wing, but we just obviously needed to fill that position today with 11 forwards and 7 defensemen. It just helps us get the practice going, but it gives some some different touches and all those kind of things, and maybe something different helps kind of break up this period of time for him. Just something different and new.
How do you manage this period of time for him now without playing so many games? Is it just trying to keep him fresh? Is it just work on skills?
Yeah, we just because the nature of what's been happening behind the scenes with the whole situation, we haven't had a lot of discussions about that. But it has been on my mind about if he's not going to be playing, how can we manage him? Because he's obviously plays a lot of minutes for us here. We've chosen to this point to keep him going, keep him on the ice while we're uncertain of how a situation was going to play out in the period of time and all that. But I do think it warrants a discussion in terms of how to manage him, going forward here, given that as much as he plays for us, as much as we're going to need from him down the stretch, and the fact that he didn't have the same type of break that others had, given his participation in the All-Star game. So all that stuff we'll get to in time.
Joseph's always been quite centered when he's talked to us. I think that's helped him get through this period, plus months now. Yeah,
I really think that the greatest development for Joseph has been the mental side of things, and you're seeing that through now, through what he's going through right now, and I think we saw that with how he managed his previous injury, which a season ago he missed training camp, he missed preseason, he missed the start of the season, started in the American League, and then came up to the NHL after dominating the American League, and really hasn't looked back much since then. I think he's always had the athleticism and all of that, but the mental side and the maturity of for him just as a man, but also how he manages his day-to-day as a professional, I think has been the greatest area of growth for him, and makes you feel confident that he can manage whatever he's going through.
When a player like that.
Don't have a sense of that here yet. Today was another good practice day for him. We've been kind of taking the day at a time and communicating with him on how he's feeling, and I think he continues to feel better and better each day. So in terms of participating in games, I think he's getting to the point where we can have those discussions and start to map it out a little bit. So Tree's been a little distracted here of late, so we haven't had the chance to really nail down some of these things, but I think we're getting close there. And then, of course, the Jones situation also is a factor here in terms of how the plan may need to be changed or adapted in terms of how we projected it out a couple weeks ago.
When a player like Bertuzzi is getting his looks, generating chances, but it's just not falling for him, what do you do as a coach? Like, do you talk to him? Do you just bet that eventually it's going to fall? Like, how do you approach that?
Well, I think couple things. You do bet that it's going to fall, and you encourage him because he is getting the chances. So, to me, he's played good hockey. You don't get those types of chances if you're not playing good hockey and doing good things. And then also he's made good things happen. I go back to the Ottawa game a couple of games ago. He sets Tavares up for a couple of grade A opportunities in the first period. His forecheck and his disruption there. Defensively, he's done a great job for us. He's done a lot of little things very well that don't show up on the score sheet, and he's getting the chances. So that's very encouraging. And then at the same time, as I've discussed with him, he's got to work at his game. He's got to practice. He's got to shoot with purpose. He's got to take every rep in practice and have it be meaningful because, it's not. Quite honestly, it's not just a this season thing. It's last season as well. His pace is not a whole lot different than where he was a season ago. You're trying to get him back to be closer to the 30-goal Bertuzzi, but we haven't been able to do that. He's been more so when he was last season. So it's also just be encouraged with the chances that you're getting, but also value every second that you get in a practice. To be prepared for those moments. So, we gotta push him while also encouraging him.
The 30-goal Bertuzzi probably got more power play time though. So I know you have a great, top unit, but how do you balance that? Do you consider getting him more looks?
It's part of it. It's part of it for sure. We have discussed that. However, we also have other guys we got to get going. John had to get going, and then was our most productive power play guy for the last little bit as we were starting to have those discussions. So you're managing that. That's part of the deal here. At the same time, over the course of his career, I would disagree in the sense that power play has not been a big driver of his offense. Maybe there's some confidence in the touches that come through that, but it's, his stats have been primarily 5-on-5 driven, and I don't think that's a whole lot different here in this situation. I think he can bear down on those opportunities and then be a guy that's really pushing for those minutes rather than us just trying to hand them to him.
Liljegren didn't like the way he played the St. Louis goal, but in general, like, what did you see from him with Brody and in that pair last night?
Yeah, I like the pair. I thought Brody, particular on the left side, fared very well. His touches on the breakout, I thought were much cleaner and seemed to have a lot more confidence on that side. Liljegren had some tough moments in the game in different times, but overall, I thought they did a lot of good things, and there's a number of good things as you go through the shifts that you pull out that are very positive for him. So you want to clearly keep building on that.
Is there clarity on Jones and where he's going from here?
No. Today, just the fact that he felt comfortable going on the ice to kind of give it a test run this morning. He skated before the practice group, and that was positive. I haven't gotten a whole lot of a report in terms of how he felt, but he didn't do a lot today. It was just more kind of trying to stay up and running, but certainly not ready to really push himself at this point. So it's just a situation that is day to day, and they got to keep on top of.
Will you consider getting Philby in there eventually?
We'll see how this week progresses here. Obviously, between Hildeby, Woll, Jones, there's a lot happening in the goaltending position, and the schedules, for this week especially, is pretty favorable as it relates to goaltending and Samsonov. So we'll take it a day at a time and get all the information we can as the games approach. But Samsonov will go tomorrow.
Austin left a little early. It looked like maybe that was a pre-planned thing.
Yeah. I had sort of given Austin the option to not even skate here today. I think we're still sort of in this mode where the All-Star guys in particular, they kind of grinded through last week. They didn't get a day off coming out of the All-Star game until Friday, which was not really even a full day off because we had to travel to Ottawa that day. So it's been a tough road for those guys. Does that contribute to why Marner and Nylander are sick? I don't know. But we have to be very mindful of that. So, Austin wanted to skate today, but, I was trying to make sure he kept it short.